The marginal gains at Manchester United and Inios are taking shape, guys, as Man United are backing Ruben Amorim to the bone. As now, as we speak, they have hired for him a legendary track and field coach, Harry Marra. This guy was the coach of US decathlete Ashton Eaton, who won 2 Olympic gold medals, and he has beaten world records before. This guy is a legend. He's 70 years of age. That shows you experience. And guess what? This is for him to come in and help you Man United's players run. Ruben Amorim has been consistent. In football, you can't win anything if you don't run like a mad dog. Run. You've got to run and fight. That is the one message he has been consistent about since joining Man United. Let's get proper into what's going on at the club. Of course, subscribe, like, and share. And of course, it's an exciting time. The transfer window, of course, has gifted us a player already. But we believe more are coming, as it seems Matthew Stell seems to be intrigued by what Man United has to offer. He has big demands, and United are saying, besides the money, we have everything else you need. And for Tell, it's not about the money, it's playing time. United has it for him. But let's get proper into the gist of today's video. So, Man United, Inios, marginal gains, Ruben Amorim, new guy in charge, setting standards, and he has been consistent. One of the key standards he wants to see from his players at Man United is running. How hard they work, how much they fight, how much they run. He has said you can't win the Premier League without running. Not anything in football now. Because his players have clearly struggled to be able to run, Amorim and Inios have masterminded something we've probably begun to see in football lately. We've seen a few, coaches from other sports or disciplines, from rugby, from cricket, joining football. We've seen it, before. Bobat, who is in charge of the England cricket under 19s, was working with Derby County. We've seen several of them, try to make that cross from other disciplines to football, which is definitely more lucrative. But also football has been open to bringing in people from other disciplines to come and support them. Why? Because football today is not just about skills. It's about a lot of other things that perhaps the people in football might not be able to provide to the players. So if you're going to, for example, if you're Ruben Amorim and you want your footballers to run like mad dogs, you probably need to teach them how to run. And Amorim is not an expert in running. The expert in running at the global stage is Harry Marra, who is probably the best they have ever been in the world. Now, these are world standards. That's why they bring in a person at that level to support these players so that they compete. They want to keep their mentality. Psychologically, what this communicates is that your mentality should be for Olympic gold, world beaters. As a Man United player, the standards are at the world level. That's why they are bringing in the very best in the world, very experienced, to try and help the players. So for me, that's a big sign, and it shows full backing for Ruben Amorim by Inios, and of course full appreciation for what he's trying to do, because these standards have got to be clear and they have got to be backed. However high they are, they have got to be backed by bringing in the people to help players get to that level. So that for me is a very important thing. Now, of course, people will be saying, well, what does this then do to the job of Ruben Amorim? And it's been clear, this guy is not going to coach players football. He's just helping them in a key area in terms of achieving what Amorim wants to achieve on the pitch. For me, I see no issues with that. He's even going to be there for a short time, a short period. But the thing is, what for me this does mostly is to send a message of how Inios going forward will want things to happen at Man United. Because before, United has we seem to be a clueless team. We need to be a clueless, we seem to be a clueless team in terms of what exactly we wanted to do. In fact, it would be understandable to dub Man United the worst team on the planet currently, considering how big they are as a club, considering how much money they have. To have that label of the worst team on the planet is unacceptable. So anything you can do to try and change that, I will back. So if it means bringing in a guy who is going to make these athletes run like they're going to compete in the Olympic final, for me, I will back that, because we needed a shock. That is what Amorim said before. There was need for a shock in Man United. And shocking is not just banishing Marcus Rashford from the team. A shock means changing how players players train, changing the intensity of the training, because we are pound for pound the worst team in the world. It cannot be. We cannot be the most idolized team, but the worst when it comes to the game, because the fitness and the running technique has been very, very bad. This could be a clutch in the back, but it is important. I'll tell you, teams like Liverpool have been ahead of Man United. It's only in 2022 that Man United started a data department. This is something, a data science and performance department. This is something Man United only introduced in 2022 rather. But you can imagine teams like Liverpool have had it for 10 years, and that's why Liverpool seems to have a semblance of continuity. When Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool, some of the stuff that had left when he was there returned, but the system was already in place. That's why even when he left, Ancelotti has comfortably fitted in, because the department of data science in Liverpool has been there, and it has been strong, and it has helped them know how they want to do things, how they want to work, how they want to play football, but also study the science, which is important in the game today. Liverpool and Man City are very, very developed in data science and analytics. Man United has been lagging. I'm telling you, Liverpool has had that department, the data science department, for over 10 years. Man United only started it in 2022. And Inios fired the guy who was heading the department, Dominic Jordan or something. When they joined last summer or thereabout, they fired the guy. So it shows you that we are a work in progress. But Inios, who are hiring and firing people left, right, and center, are trying to get the right fit, so that we have a semblance of continuity, that even when Ruben Amorim leaves, because he won't be Man United boss forever, but even when he leaves, they want to be able to be guaranteed continuity, because they have set standards and they are known. They are not about the manager, but they are the proper standards of a club that should be dubbed elite. So that's exactly what Ineos are trying to do. So for me, I mean, it's a good thing. It shows that Ineos at least have now an idea of what they want to achieve and how they want to achieve it. They are beginning to understand how the game works, the modern game, because before the Glazers were clueless about how the modern game works. The Richard Arnolds and John Matters of this world were clueless about how things happen. They were just all about throwing cash around to sign players on stupid contracts, crazy wrong contracts, but they did not understand the nitty-gritties of the game today. That's why we are falling far off the likes of Liverpool and Man City. But bring in Omar Berada, who has done it at City, who was inside running at the heart of operations at City as they were building this, is again Ineos trying to put the right pieces together, and now we can see that the improvements are beginning to happen. Of course, how the players react to the presence of Harry Marra is important. I'm looking at a player like Kobe Maino. The only weak part of his game is running. Kobe Maino's the weakest part of Kobe's game is running. But he's 19. If he works with a person, a world coach, a global beater like Harry Marra, probably he can improve that part in his game. And couple that with the skills he gets from Amorim and his team, then maybe he will be the better player we hope he can become. Talk about the so many young players that the club is signing. Imagine if they get a chance, a session with the world coach like Harry Marra. How much will it improve them in terms of how much they run, coupled with their physicality because they are young, because of their youth? So you can see the marginal gains that Ineos keeps talking about. And for me, this is it beginning to take shape. I love to see it, and I certainly want to fully believe that it's all for the good of the club. Of course, those of weak hearts will fall off and say, what's going on? Are we becoming a track and field team now? No, we're a football team, but football has changed today. It's not about you individually having so much skill like Garnacho or Ahmad and stuff. It's about the collective, the whole unit. Do you run together? Do you track back together? Do you work together? Do you fight together? That's what the beautiful game is all about today. And Man United are trying to get it right. I love the effort, honestly. But like they always say in life, the end justifies the means, and in a successful world, you reward results, not the effort. But you recognize the effort. I recognize the effort being put in by Ineos and Amorim to get things right. But will they get it right? That's the multi-million pounds question. Subscribe, like, and share. And let me catch you later. My name is Webb. Cheers.